with some empty seats and so we feel more comfortable. It's the second time that I'm speaking at the MVNO World. Last year I was standing in front of you, or sitting virtually, like most of us. And it's going to be very interesting to see what changed since last year about the on-the-move population. I want to thank also MVNO World for inviting me. So, I have to talk about Kiblo because our marketing department would kill me if I didn't. So I'll be brief. We've been in the market for global communications for over 10 years, IoT, global connectivity, broadband devices, virtual SIM, eSIM. We actually have patents over virtual SIM virtualization. We are, in this case, more than MVNO, but we are focusing today on the MVNO part. So that was a quick brief presentation. So I wanted to talk about what we spoke about last year and how it's changing and how it's developing in front of our own eyes. So let's talk about normal life. So 2019 is another era. Yeah, we used to travel for work and work from an office, and now we are working from home, and we are actually working it from outside the office. It can be anywhere in the world, from the park, from the hotel, from, well, I don't like so much Starbucks, but it could be Starbucks. And COVID-19 actually increased this trend, because this trend was present even before that. A lot of people were already working a few days or one day a week, a few days a month from home. Of course, we went to everybody working from home, and now we're going back slowly to working sometimes from home, sometimes from an office, sometimes from everywhere. The needs of a normal, secure connection, long-term backup connection, multiple destinations. By the way, I was thinking about the presentation before. I love the 90s. So Kiblo is actually one of the Justin Biebers of Billie Eilish, except the beautiful hair. We are waiting to be discovered. So what is a nomad? We see headlines about nomad economy, countries, islands, regions, territories that are inviting people to work and stay there. We hear people that say the office is over. Airbnb CEO says so. We see visas for workers in the US, people that get paid to go and work outside the office. On the other hand, last week we heard Elon Musk saying that whoever doesn't report to the offices could be considered as missing in action. So there's going to be a balance. Things are not going to go back to the way they were 100% office. I think that even Elon Musk understands it. But some people are going to go back to the office, some people are not. Briefly, Esim over SIM. There was a lot of discussion about it, so it's really fast. Number of cards of SIM cards in the pocket, it's against a lot of profiles inside the phone or the device. We now know that the security is the same. GSMA made sure of that, and this is something that we need to discuss about multi-uses all the time. Traditional SIM cards, of course, there is still more than 80% production of new phones that it's not eSIM compatible. As an MVNO, we actually feel the market. We know how the trend is going. 2021, we sold about 5% of our new lines in eSIM format. For 2022, we know now 15 to 20% of the new lines, I'm talking only about new purchased lines, are eSIM format. Of course, we grew our lineup of eSIM, that's also a possibility, but we also see a lot of people that are actually learning how to use eSIM. Maybe they even had the device before, and now they are getting educated. And the coverage is catching up. Now, my predictions from last year, I was talking about the ratio of compatibility that there's going to, of course, it was going to grow. I spoke about the coverage that because the operators were not so much keen to go into eSIM, it was going to be slow. I was wrong. I see more and more operators making their lines available for eSIM formats and for MVNOs. And finally, I see the pricing the prices are going down. There is much more competition because of the new Justin Biebers and the new Billie Eilish's that are coming in. And also the more traditional players in the eSIM market that are seeing the competition, and well, this is going to, of course, the loss of supply and demand is going to drive the prices down even further. So this is what you actually hear me talk about. What are we doing in terms of digital nomads? So MNOs are already issuing subscription-based eSIM. We see more and more that the possibility of changing from physical line to eSIM is becoming available. Of course, with hiccups, with delays, but this is the way that MNOs are going. Sooner or later, some MNOs are also going to go the way of prepaid. They're going to start offering 1 GB, 1 week prepaid for traveling. And I see that also, I see that trend as well. MVNOs, we need to understand what's open, what are the MVNOs doing for us. So we talked about the needs for nomads. We talked about secure lines. We talked about long-term lines. We talked about multiple profiles in one device. So MNOs are kind of allergic to offering low usage subscriptions for long term. And this is something that Kimco is actually doing. We are offering long-term subscriptions, at least 365 days. What other things we can do better than MNOs? Exchange data between plans. So this is something that it's interesting, and is there any MNO to do this? So if we cover with different plans, different regions or different countries, we allow our customers to exchange from one plan to the other data. Let's say that they have a subscription to Europe, and they know that they are going to be traveling to the US. They are able to move some of the data to the US plan and not have to buy again and keep the Europe data unused and inefficiently unused. Exchange data between consumers, we'll talk about it later. Interface, we try to keep it simple, and this is something that everybody knows. The QR code, the famous QR code. Please don't use it because it's a real line. Nobody's scanned it. It's only 100 megabytes. One minute. Yeah. So MVNOs, we need to understand the market. We need to understand the customers, and we need to be friendly to customers. Always keep a list of devices that are eSIM enabled. First thing, every month, on the first of the month, we look around and we check which devices were added up. We gather all the information possible and we keep it, and we publish it everywhere. And everywhere, in the slide before, At the bottom, no, it doesn't say. Well, at the entrance of the account says, is my device eSIM enabled? And everybody can press it and check before they buy it. Even then, we see a lot of new subscriptions that are 100 megabytes because the customers want to try it. It's cheap. I wish that I could say that we would do it for free, but we can't. We have to bring some bread to the table to our families. But they buy the cheapest possible plan, and later they add more data. Or they ask for a refund if their device was not enabled. It happens a lot. We are troubleshooting. We are preparing lists of troubleshooting for devices. Somebody said that it's a specific task. It is. Every brand, every model is slightly different. Every operator has slightly different issues. Today, I'm a little bit ashamed that my Esim was not working, so I contacted back our support. Of course, it's our bank. I contacted back our support, and they troubleshoot me. And finally, we discovered that specifically Vodafone has a problem in Germany with our supplier. Wow. Yeah. So I moved to O2. That was not a problem. I mean, I couldn't. I managed to solve it, but it has to be done one-to-one in identifying brands, identifying models, identifying operators, identifying suppliers. What is eSIM? Education, education, education. I heard 40% awareness of customers about eSIM. We need to increase it. And YouTube videos, articles. Neil is doing a great job, but it's more for professionals. So we need to be able to talk at the same level as the consumers. Well, exchange data process, we are educating our customers first, of course, because it's our priority, but eventually, this is something that I think that a lot of people are going to be interested in doing if they have unused data to transfer it to another land. New trends. There was a keyword here, Esim. I don't see how Esim is going to affect me at all. Me as an MVNO, for me, eSIM has to be the same process. Esim is just a form factor. It's nothing else. If it's not the same, then it's not going to be the same as eSIM, GSMA approved eSIM, and we are going to be stuck in the same situation as we were in with roaming. Market exchange of data between final users. Somebody mentioned the combination between crypto and eSIM. There are many possibilities here. What we are going to be enabling is our customers within KeepGo My Account users to exchange data or to move data from one account to the other. Now, how they're going to pay for it, if it's going to be a present, we really don't care. But this is going to be a market that is going to be flourishing, and probably will have to do with crypto because of the entitlements. And so, well, I don't know so much about crypto, so sorry. So I think that I finished more or less my time. How am I on time?
Very good.
Okay. So if there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Yes, please.
Question, Susanna, I was just a few weeks ago at KeepGo in the Netherlands. Is that the same?
No, they are not.
Okay.
They are using our name, they pay for the name.
Okay.
And they are not using eSIM as well, they are just hardware providers.
Oh, the difference is KeepGo.
Yes. They were part of the group and they separated,
Okay.
but they kept the name. They are changing now.